Do you see this fragmentation, this tribalisation in the name of identity politics as part of the great problem you face?
I think that's certainly a part of the diagnosis. And, demographic change brings enormous challenges. Diversity on the whole is not a strength. It is not necessarily a weakness, but it is a challenge. It's a challenge that we need to think about and that we need to confront. England has been a country, was in many ways, one of the oldest countries in the world. We've got a 1,200-year history, and for most of that history, we've not even had to think very much about what our values are, because we have a remarkably settled people with a shared universe of norms, a shared understanding, one law, one language, one church, and that has been that's under that is being challenged now. And so I think the view of this idea of the politics of home and national preference is, it's often demonized as a kind of exclusionary kind of ideology that just wants to, it's kind of atavistic and it's just sort of insular. But actually, I think it's the opposite of that. In fact, the more varied and diverse a population becomes, the more important it is to focus on what makes us we, what helps us use the first person plural in the great sort of framing of Sir Roger Scruton. What is it that makes us we? And I think one of the great contributions of Britain as the cradle of the English-speaking peoples and as the kind of engine room of the British Empire and now the Commonwealth is that we've never really identified our sort of values and contributions in anything other than terms that could apply to all of humanity. Our ideals, the notion of common law, of freedom of association and freedom of speech, and so on and so forth, have been exported to America and Australia, just as they've been exported successfully to India, Southeast Asia, and Sub-Saharan Africa. And so the task is to try to recover that. And the more we're witnessing rapid demographic change, the more important it is to focus not on what divides us, not on what makes us diverse, but on what helps us to converge, to what helps us to unite and to develop a sense of ourselves as a we.